From an evolutionary point of view, fear and anxiety have evolved to serve an adaptive function. They alert people to dangers in their environment, making survival and reproduction much more likely. However, sometimes fear and anxiety become maladaptive. For instance, when these responses become too intense, or they negatively impact daily life. At that point, anxiety disorders are likely to be diagnosed. What is prepared conditioning? Well, evolutionary psychologists challenge behavioral perspectives that exclusively focus on environmental conditioning in trying to understand fear and anxiety. And they criticize these purely behavioral perspectives because they see them as emphasizing almost exclusively the environment. And evolutionary psychologists instead say we need to pay more attention to biological preparedness for conditioning, or what they call prepared conditioning. Along these lines, research has found that some phobias are a lot more easier to condition than others. And these kinds of phobias that are easier to condition seem to be the ones in which people are physiologically predisposed, and which have signaled danger to humans across human history. So these are things like heights, rats, bugs, blood. Even though other things besides heights, rats, bugs, and blood are potentially much more dangerous to people in modern society. So think, for example, how much more dangerous cars and planes are to you these days than things like heights, rats, bugs, and blood. Nevertheless, phobias of things like cars and planes are a lot less likely because people just aren't biologically primed to develop fears of them. So while a lot of people are phobic of bugs, very few are phobic of automobiles, even though the latter is a lot more dangerous to you. So from an evolutionary vantage point, we simply aren't biologically prepared to develop a fear of Honda Accords, but we are to develop a fear of bugs. What's your take on evolutionary perspectives on anxiety and prepared conditioning?